Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. Another day here at Taco Stacks. I see some of this stuff has disappeared. Actually, I drove by yesterday. I was going to swing right back around and, well, some of the stuff is gone. It's gone. Got some pillows. I guess I can donate these. Donate some pants and clothes. Why throw them out, right? You can donate them. Get them to the right home. I think I've seen some metal over here. Yeah, there were some firefighter boots out here. And I was like, oh, I'm going to swing back around, and completely forgot. So, remember this morning to come right here, and there's obviously different stuff out because this stuff wasn't out in terms of the dresser and this metal. Nothing in the golf club thing. I don't remember seeing the golf club bag. But we are back again for another episode here with Taco Stacks. Hope everyone's having a great day. I'm having a splendid morning. It's like 8 o'clock. Starting the day off. Let's find some treasure today. Let's make it a good one. Let's do it. Wouldn't be a trash picking video without one of these. Oh, hey, look, a Dyson with the ball at the bottom. What does it say? Non-salvageable. Affected by the water? Non-salvageable, affected by the water. Something water. Prepped by the water? You guys can try reading this instead of me looking like a moron out here. Maybe I can even read it when I'm not looking sideways. What does that say? It says affected by the water. Non-salvageable. I'll salvage it. What the heck does affected by the water mean? Act like it flooded or something. What does that even mean? Affected by the water. Who knows? Yeah, that's why you don't plug in things from the trash. Imagine plugging that thing in, shorts your whole thing, blows up your whole house. I think someone even the other day, like 4 days ago, 2 days after I mentioned the comment about why I don't test things from the trash, they posted something on my community board that I need to be testing things from the trash. I'm like, I literally just said this 48 hours ago. I don't do it. Gotta love it. That's the internet. All right, well, now we're the next day. Look at this, all nicely taped up together. Did I find bed rails yesterday? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Oh, I didn't get rid of those clothes, so jeez. It's so nice when they tape all this stuff up because it's so easy to just hold on to things. I can't believe all the work that I did yesterday after those 1 or 2 clips that I had. I forgot to do the clothes thing and to clip the cords off that vacuum cleaner. I spent probably about 3 hours, maybe 4 hours in the garage getting work done. So this person's throwing away a couch, 2 couches. The very 80s, 90s, well, let's say 90s, let's say 90s, mid-90s. Goes right with the house, probably built in the 90s. I feel like everyone had that floral design. Alright, well, won't be long before I need one of these. Guess I'll open the door first. I can't wait for that season. There's some more stuff in here, maybe. That's a speaker, I think. Is that a speaker? That's a speaker. I don't need that. Some sort of rubber or something over there. Oh, this thing is destroyed. I thought we were maybe in good shape here. It's even got a tag on it, like either they auctioned it or they were repairing it. They were missing the whole top of it. What is this, Echo? It's gotta be, yep, it's an Echo. straight shaft echo. Actually a pretty good machine if it wasn't all jacked up. But yeah, it won't be long before we're cutting grass and weed whacking. I always think it's amazing that there's people in this country already who are already cutting grass. And some who cut grass all the way through like the rest of the year. Because people are really doing their spring cleanup. I thought this person was trying to leave. I heard the car running. I thought they were trying to leave, so I moved really quickly there. What's up with the bed rails today? There's 4 sets, I think. Crazy. Malibu Pilates. Nice. Yeah, we got 1, 2, 3. We got like 4 sets back there. Malibu Pilates. Did I ever tell you that time in college I took Pilates as a elective? I don't even know why that came about. Why did I have to take Pilates as an elective? Man, what was the reason? It might have been something that was, I needed some sort of elective that was a part of like a gym kind of thing, which is super interesting. It was part of like a gym kind of thing. Like you had to do some sort of physical exercise. So it was like Pilates, yoga, I don't know, intro to basketball. I did take intro to tennis, which was really interesting because I never played tennis up until I got into college. That was actually fun because I actually learned a little bit about it. I think the reason why I took the Pilates class was the unfortunate part about when you take classes in college, if you go to not a really, really large school, certain electives are only offered at certain time slots. So if you have another class you have to take, you will have to take a certain elective for whatever free time you have. So if you have classes at 10 o'clock and Pilates is at 11 o'clock, you can take it. But if you want to take intro to golf and the only time it was offered was at 10 o'clock on that day, you can't take golf. So you got to take Pilates. I think it was something like that. Anyway, long story short, if anyone out there still does Pilates, power to you. It is probably one of the very few exercises and classes I kind of did in my life where you actually work the inner muscles of your body. If that makes any sort of sense to anyone, that's exactly how it feels. It works the inner muscles. If you've never tried it, you're able to try it, I highly suggest trying it. Almost didn't put the vehicle in park there. Alright, let's see what we got with this guy. Take that, put that over there. Got a batting helmet, purple batting helmet. Any more of this come off? Maybe. Maybe. Might be all we got there, guys. A random batting helmet. You know, I was going to say, it's a little chilly out. It says it's 19 degrees. That would explain why it feels a little cold. For whatever reason, got some metal chairs here. For whatever reason today, whenever I park at people's places or their house or whatever it is, every stop I make, make a song out of that. Everyone seems to have their car running. This is probably the 3rd or 4th stop I've made. The person has their car running. The first one of this morning, they had it running. I think they were leaving as I was getting back into the van. These people had their car running. They got their garage door open. The one stop I went super rush mode on. This guy's throwing away a lot of stuff. A lot of junk. I see some carpet. I see some wood furniture. I see a lot of PVC pipe, garbage bags. Got it all. I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but this morning I was thinking, when does this begin? And I was thinking to myself, it doesn't begin in March. At least I don't think so. But when does this begin? That I don't know. It's this side. It'll be soon. Well, it won't be soon, but it'll be here before you know it. Considering now we are in March, this is probably, I wouldn't say the fastest I feel like winter's gone, but I've definitely felt like, although it's been a long, cold winter, it has not been one that's kind of like I've dreaded waking up every single day. And maybe it's because I don't have so much flea market merchandise this year. I'm not hurting for space like in previous years, because that is an anxiety of a different level when you think, oh, I can't do anything because I have nowhere to put things. Maybe that's why it feels like I'm not so anxious for spring, even though I am. But warm weather sounds very nice, to be honest. This is the we call it the dog house. I had to stop what I was doing so the dog didn't run across the road. Really are finding a lot of metal. Well, a lot of steel, we'll put it that way. Last time I was at the scrapyard, they had a heck of a pile, a light iron pile. Like I mentioned, the guy at the scrapyard, I said, he said it was super, super busy. They had already like 9 customers for the non-ferrous metals. Have only been open for 40 minutes. Considering that each customer probably takes anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes to process, it's actually a lot of people. You know, it took 10 minutes. You have 9 customers. That's 90 minutes. 90 minutes is more than 40 minutes. Yeah, see, I didn't go to Harvard, but I went somewhere. Alright, it's actually a scrapyard, so I don't know why they're selling this, but I was kind of interested. I drove by yesterday and I saw these out, so I was kind of interested what the heck the price is, because these used to be super expensive, super ridiculously expensive. That's pretty, all fluids changed. This says brand new, all fluids changed. Why would all the fluids be changed if it was brand new? Add something, comes with 8x12 auger, 12-inch digging bucket, a grapple. So that's $4,300. That's not, this says brand new, ready to work. This is also $4,300. Removed boom pins plus installed skim so you won't have a sloppy, noisy machine in 20 hours. What does that mean? Sloppy, noisy machine in 20 hours. Are they known to be just not great in 20 hours? Anyway, these, we call them the Chinese excavators, mini excavators, because they're like cheap Chinese mini excavators. They came into the market probably 10 years ago. That's a pretty cool looking machine, but what am I going to do with that? They were like here in America when they first came out. They were up there. I feel like they were 10 or 12 grand when they first came out. And you can now get them at auctions for around $2,000 to $3,000. Low end, like $2,500. That's why I should say not $2,000. So at an auction, you can kind of get them from anywhere between $2,500 to maybe $3 grand. Probably once in a while you'll pay $3,500 for one. I don't know what it is with taxes and fees, but they're only $4,300 here. So that's, I wouldn't say the high end of an auction price, but they probably bought at an auction for about $2,500 or $3 grand. Looks like they modified them a little bit. But I was actually thinking about buying one not too long ago, but I was only going to spend about $3,000. So it's in the ballpark, but what the heck am I going to do with a mini excavator? You know, it's one of those things that's like, it's cool. I'd probably use it for like 2 hours a year for a couple years, but it's not something I'd be using a lot. But I did see it yesterday when I drove by. They actually had it parked like right over there, and I was going to stop and look at whatever the price was. So pretty cool. $4,300. The mini excavator, they're here. All right, made it to the metal yard. It's an interesting way to park. All right. So all I did was I brought over a couple more spools of wire from when I did that shed. When I bought that shed, I have like 3 spools after that, and that's it for what I have from that shed in terms of copper wire. There was about 15 or so spools. Kind of been taking them in as increments, and then I finally went ahead and just decided to get rid of the rest. The ones I have remaining, I'm going to actually strip the wire. So yeah, so I brought 3 spools of that and then some dirty aluminum. These 2 crutches, which I just grabbed this morning, and then obviously this guy. So that's some good old aluminum. I wonder how this gets processed. Like, they gotta run, like, obviously they don't do it here, but it's got to get stripped. Or should I say, it doesn't get stripped, it gets shredded. I would imagine it probably gets shredded at whatever place it goes to. Not a whole lot. I got a lot of steel. That is for sure. Alright, oh, somebody dropped off a whole bunch of bikes. I don't know if any of those are salvageable. I know someone the other day was talking about donating. I saw someone buy a storage unit that was filled of socks. They spent like $600 on it, and a lot of the comments were like, you should donate the socks. And I was like, they just spent $600 on that storage unit. I don't think they're going to be donating it. I mean, I can understand why you would think they should donate it, but I don't know. It was a weird conversation. Telling someone to donate is really a weird thing. Like, I assume somebody who brought those bikes in, they probably spent money to collect those bikes. If you get what I'm getting at. But yeah, they bought a storage unit filled of socks. They spent like $600, and a lot of the comments were like, you should donate it. It'd be like telling someone to show up at work for the whole day, spend $600, and then give away their paycheck. It's interesting to think of it like that. But anyway, I don't know how well they did on their unit, and I'm sure they probably donated a bunch. I, however, still have to donate those clothes. Speaking of donations, they're still hiding down there. I still gotta donate them. They're not getting dropped off here. They don't accept clothes in the scrap pile. But I'll find one of those recycling bins and get them donated, and then someone else out there can use them for whatever it is they seem possible, whether it be turned into cloth, like in terms of like towels and stuff like that, or maybe it gets turned into new clothes, or maybe it goes to a country where someone who doesn't have clothes can use it for an intended purpose. So not too shabby. $22 for the wire. Man, that $10 investment was just so good. Wish I could do that every day. Yeah, so anyway, $49 total, $26 on light iron. That is pretty much everything we found from this trash picking episode. The dirty aluminum, there were some crutches, but I had a chair. That was $1.28. But yeah, $26 on light iron. Another great day, another great treasure hunt concluded. trash picking, spring cleanup is starting to really come into full effect. I think next Sunday is when we push the clocks ahead too. So I think spring is actually maybe in like 2 weeks or so, 3 weeks. But yeah, everyone's doing their cleanup on some of these warmer days. Obviously today is a little bit chillier. We're up to 23 degrees Fahrenheit now, so it's warming up just a tad. But anyway, it was a great day. Another fun treasure hunt into books. If you guys enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe down below. Check out my trash picking playlist. Over 1,200 episodes of trash picking. Lots of fun things we found in the past, and hopefully a lot more in the future. So catch you guys next time for next episode. Until next time, have a great day. Keep living the dream. Peace. Straight to